I'm more like excited for people to see what we've, secretly been planning and doing behind the scenes as we're, busily finding new ways of killing Devon.
Dawn, Devon, thank you so much for joining me here today. Last year's strike meant that you couldn't promote season 3 of Chucky. So, was there anything you really wanted to share but that you couldn't? Any stories you wanted to talk about?
We were, frustrated that we couldn't do our usual, peppering of social media with pictures of Jennifer
Yeah.
So I think it was hardest on Jennifer.
Yeah, Jim really has a whole phone, one phone just for the pictures we took.
But I was very excited for for people to see the White House setting. I was very excited about that. I've been thinking about that for a while. And it seems, based on the response to the first half of the season, that went down very well. And I think it gets even more interesting in the second half. Have you seen the last 4 episodes?
I have.
Yeah. So so it's, we have, nuclear bomb detonation and Chucky dying and going to the spirit realm, Jake and Devon taking their relationship to the next level, Jake dying. And but of course, none of this, of course, we want to spoil beforehand, of course. But so I'm more like excited for people to see what we've secretly been planning and doing behind the scenes as we're busily finding new ways of killing Devon and finding new ways of using him and his talent as an actor. It's not like I like bringing Devon back not just to kill him, although that's fun, but I like working with Devon. We all do. So it's this season was a lot of fun to give him these very opposing characters as the president, and then the president's double, who's a little bit clueless and in over his head, and then to finally come back as excuse me, Lucas, Jake's father in the finale, which I thought was really interesting and chilling and ultimately kind of beautiful.
We hadn't mentioned this, but one of the things that's very interesting for me working on this season is as teenagers, the young actors, Zach and Ali and Bjorvin, you do a lot of changing in much more than I would, or Jan or whatever. In 3 years, they've come such a far ways. And Zach came back for the second half of season 3 like this whole new artist. Like he was just, I guess he's just growing into this young thespian or whatever, and he came back with these chops and I'm really excited for people to experience that. I mean, they started off as 14 or 15 or whatever it was, and they were just having fun and they were doing their thing, but he's really kind of gotten in this groove of acting, and I'm really excited for people to see, especially the last episode. He's grown these chops, and he's this young actor, and he spent time getting into character before, and he was very focused, and it's a beautiful thing. See, being coming from being a young actor, watching another young actor take that journey was phenomenal. I don't know why I got into that. I just thought I'd bring that up.
No, I think that's great and very true. I think, especially as you say in the finale, when he becomes possessed by Chucky, I thought he just knocked that out of the park, and he worked really hard on it, and he worked with Brad Dourif a lot on the voice, getting it down. And like you said, Devon, I think it really will be fun for fans of the show to see him, because it's in a way, it kind of is his entree into like being a young man actor.
Probably why he's growing that mustache.
Yeah.
and Ali's phenomenal. Ali is she's and Bjorn's great too. So it's really fun to see them kind of growing and become young adults. So
even their dynamic between their characters, you can see, has changed from season 1 to now.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was fun to watch Ali go from being, this really cruel, mean girl, to someone who is
singing at a piano, like that.
The best friend of her former target of bullying, which I think is probably a probably common fantasy for young people. It's like, if only I could get to them and but humanize them.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here, for joining me rather here today. I appreciate it.